Hey everybody, my name is Josh Rhodes, and on this channel you normally see a lot of hobby related stuff. Well, for about the last year or so, I have not gotten back into my obsession with NASCAR diecast collecting, and I want to show off a lot of the stuff that I have here. In this case behind me, I have a lot of NASCAR diecast elites, some ARCs, and just some cars that mean a lot to me, and I'm going to show off every single one of them in this video. So hey, hang around, and if you like NASCAR, you'll probably enjoy this. The camera is not going to be kind with light here, but up top you can see when I said hobby related stuff, that is my low-C NASCAR in the background. Directly in front of it is a car that my buddy Dan Gosh gave me. This is a Dale Earnhardt 1998 edition with the plus on the hood, not the 500 car. Back here, just an old Dale Earnhardt teddy bear that my grandmother gave me. And the 3 Days of Dale car up here for Dale Earnhardt Jr., as well as a signed Dale Earnhardt Jr. visor. And another bear back there, and a lunchbox that actually had two Dale Earnhardt cars in it. The one that he passed away in 1/64 scale, as well as the Oreo car. Both of these are in this display case. Right here, we have the 1995 Brickyard 400 winner. On the other side of it is the pole sitter, but we don't talk about him very much. So to start off the top shelf of this display case, here's a photo. It's very hard to see, but this was 1998. We went to the practice session for the 1998 Daytona 500 on our way home from our Florida vacation that we had. And this is a very special memory that I have with my dad, my stepbrother, and my stepmother, as we were sitting on the front stretch of Daytona just above the start-finish line. Really, really cool to know that after this photo was taken, just a few days later, Dale Sr. cruised on to win the Daytona 500, and that is the car we're going to start with here, is the 1998 Daytona 500 winning car of Dale Earnhardt. This is the Lionel version. This is my favorite version of the car. I know that the collector's editions that are out there, as far as the old action cars go, people love to pay high dollar for those. I am very happy with this car because this car has much more detail than the old action cars did. When I say this car has more detail than the old action cars, I see this right here. You can see in the tire of this car there is a number 3 on it. It's very, very small, very, very faint, so I'll hold it there for a second for you to see. But when you go down the side of this car, you see not only the fact that the beadlock has changed from red to blue, but there is a number 31 in there. And on the other side of this car, there is also 31s inside the tire. So that means one thing. When Dale Earnhardt crossed the finish line to win the Daytona 500, he actually had 3 of his teammates' tires, Mike Skinner's tires, on the car. Just a really cool, super detail that they added to this car, as well as all the stuff on the front of it, you know, and just a very detailed car. Not to mention that it has the correct style 3 on it, whereas most of Dale Earnhardt's diecasts have a more squared off looking 3, and I will show you that on the next few that I have. This car is the 1/24 scale version of the 1995 Brickyard 400 car. It's called Bricks. It was released in a collection with 12 other cars to promote the movie Dale that came out years ago. And as you can see on this car, this is the more squared off looking Dale Earnhardt number 3. Whereas on the 500 car, you can see that 3 is more rounded, as it should be for every Earnhardt car. I don't understand where this 3 came from. And while I'm on the subject of that, on some of the 1/64 scale cars that I have here, there is this 3, which is just way off compared to the one on the 1/24 scale car. You can see there. But I keep this car in here because this is actually the winner's circle version of the 1998 500 car. But inside you can see there's a little Dale. Arm out the window, just like Earnhardt was when he came across the finish line. Just a cool little car. Just above the 98 500 car here, we've got Richard Childress's number 3. This car was actually out in front of the field for one of the NASCAR races in Charlotte, and Richard paced the field with this car in remembrance of the Winston Cup that we were about to lose that year. You can see on the top of it some Winston Cup designs. Dale, obviously, we know passed away in 2001. This was a good little tribute to him, as Richard did some donuts on the front straightaway with that car. Just above it, the 2002 Oreo car. I used to have a 1/24 scale version of this, sold it off, very much regret it, need to get it again. I had this in a case that my buddy Cheech had given me, and I've got the card for it back there for Dale Jr., as well as his Japan car right there on 1/64 scale. First time he raced Dale Sr., by the way. And that car sits right in front of Dale Jr.'s Looney Tunes car. Just below the Looney Tunes car, probably one of my favorite cars in my collection. 2004 Dale Earnhardt Jr. Elite Daytona 500 winning Budweiser car. I absolutely love this car. It is incredibly detailed. I love the detailed cars, and this is one of the most detailed ones that I have in my collection. Dale Jr. beat Tony Stewart that day to the line to win the Daytona 500, and man, this is one of the first cars I can remember having a memory with my grandmother with, because we used to watch races all the time when I was growing up. And in 2004, watching this car go across the finish line, sitting in her living room and enjoying a Dale Jr. victory, one of the coolest memories that I have. So just like this little car here that Richard Childress drove, right here we have another version of those 1/32nd scale cars. I believe that was the scale. This is the 1997 Daytona 500. Also was watching this live with my grandmother back in the day, and we saw Dale wreck. And this crash car is really cool. I like the small version of it, but I'm really looking for the bigger version, the 124. My dad has it. My buddy Jamie Garner has multiples of this car, and I want the big one. I'm just needing to save the money up to try and find the Elite version, because I want the Elite version to go up here. And the reason that I have it directly behind the 98 car, because it's almost like the agony of defeat leads into the thrill of victory the very next year. Up top here we have a Dale Earnhardt Jr. 2004 Budweiser Elite. Directly below it is a 2003 Dale Jr. Talladega win car. This is the last of the 4 in a row win cars. This is the one of the ones that I got to watch live. Again, another one that I got to watch with my grandmother. That's why it's in here. It's a cool addition to the case. Just below it, I'll actually have to dig that car out so you can see it a little bit better, but it's just a really cool Dale Jr. car. So I'm not going to dig it out. It's in there. But that color chrome looking on there, just a cool version of the 2003 Dale Jr. car. And man, I love it. My fiance, as soon as I opened that thing up about a year and a half ago, she just looked at it and went, ooh, yeah, it's just a pretty car. It really is. When you see it in the light, it does a lot of justice to that car. And sitting directly in front of it, we've got Dale Jr.'s late model car. Then below it, we've got the Dale Earnhardt Legacy car on 1/64 scale, the Nova, Dale Jr. shot glass, and then these little things right here are actually North Carolina State quarters, split in between a few 1/64 scale Earnhardt cars, and every single one of these quarters has the year that Dale Earnhardt won a Winston Cup championship on them. My sister got those for me for Christmas years ago. They just look really cool in the collection. As we pan up here, we see under there one of Dale Sr. the Japan cars that he raced in, a Dale Earnhardt shot glass, and then this car right here, it actually has the 1/64 scale version of it on top of it. Both of those are action 124 and 1/64 scale cars of Dale Earnhardt's last win at Talladega. As we mentioned earlier, we got bricks up here. This is the 1995 Brickyard car. Below it, 1990, I believe, Lumina with the 1993 Coca-Cola 600 winner from Winter Circle sitting on the rear of it. And then down there below it is the 91 version of the Lumina as well. My dad actually gave me these pictures that are sitting back here as well. Just the crash car, and then the one back here is just Dale sitting in front of the car in front of Daytona. Front stretch. I bought this in 1998 when we were in Florida at a souvenir shop, Dale Earnhardt dollar bill. And then years later, my fiance would buy this for me, a Dale Jr. dollar bill to go along with it. So on either side of the case, we've got a Dale Sr. dollar and a Dale Jr. dollar. I just thought it was really cool. Also, the display here, I'm sure I'm going to get a lot of questions about it in the comments. This is a 3D printed front stretch of Daytona that my father gave to me that these cars are sitting on. I come back from working in Nashville for Monster Jam, and when I got there, my dad just surprised me with this one. I didn't think he was going to give me this one. I sent him a few that I kind of wanted, and I sent this one almost as a joke. And then he printed that and gave it to me, and my mind was blown. So now I've got some pretty good Daytona cars on that shelf right there. Coming down to the lower shelf, you can see the split theming has continued here. To the left, I've got all Dale Jr. cars, and to the right, I've got all Dale Earnhardt Sr. cars. But these are a little different because to the left, we've got all of Dale Jr.'s baseball cars. This one, I'm still searching for the Elite Four. I need that one, but I've got just a regular 2001 baseball car in there. I want the raced version really bad because that's another special memory that I have with my grandmother watching that race. Another baseball car, 2002. Bottom back there is the 2003 version. Then we go up top, we get the 2004 version of the baseball car. And 2005, that's another special memory, watching that on television and seeing Dale Jr. hold off Matt Kenseth and win a race on two fresh tires, while Kenseth had 4 fresh ones and was charging hard behind him. Really cool addition to the collection here. And sitting in front of him, we've got the black Budweiser stained car. That is also an Elite. The split car in the center I bought off of Wyatt Best. If you haven't ever seen them, Best Diecast Sales on Facebook. That guy does live shows every Wednesday night, and man, he puts out some bangers every single night when he does them. Wanted to give him a shout out because he got me a heck of a deal on that split car right there, and it led to the split theming of this second shelf on this case. 2006 Dale Earnhardt Jr. Budweiser car. To the right, we have the Dale Earnhardt Sr. 2000 Elite car. So this was last year of Earnhardt's competitive career, where he finished second in points to Bobby Labonte. Up here, like on this side, we have the theming of all the baseball cars for Dale Jr. On this side, we have the theming of all Dale Earnhardt's Winston/All-Star race races in his career. And this is the one that kicked it off, all the special paint schemes really in NASCAR period. This is the Silver Bullet 1995 Elite, and just below it is the most patriotic car I think I've ever seen, period, and that's the 1996 Dale Earnhardt Atlanta Olympics car that he ran in the Winston. Below that, probably the most famous one he ran in the Winston, the Wheaties car. Over here, we've got the Elite Bass Pro Shops 1998 car. Below that, 1999, we have the Wrangler car, also an Elite. And then back here, my favorite, the 2000 Elite that Dale Sr. ran. This is the Peter Max car. And man, I always love this car. It's probably my favorite Dale Earnhardt car for the simple fact that it's not the norm. This was your norm for Dale. Just a black GM Goodwrench Service Plus Chevrolet. Over here, we've got this just wild and out of control design by Peter Max. Probably my favorite car that Dale ever drove. Hiding in here on the split shelf, we've got all 4 of the wins in a row that Dale Jr. had at Talladega in 1/64 scale. A random 2003, I believe, Dale Jr. 1/64 scale back there. We've got a Dale Sr. Customs. This was done by Winner's Circle. It was kind of funny. I was just talking to my fiance the other day. I saw a Dale Jr. one of these up for auction on eBay, and I thought, man, that's really cool. I wish I had one. And then I dug in a tote that I had in the back, and lo and behold, I had a Dale Earnhardt version of it. 57 Chevy Bel Air. Looks really cool. Then we've got a Dale Earnhardt, I believe that's a Winner's Circle car there as well. It's a Lumina. And then I've got 1/64 scales. These are all cars that I had when I was a kid, with the exception of the one in the very back. I actually just purchased that one. That's a more accurate version of the Atlanta 96 car, or the Atlanta Olympics 1996 car. But when you look at these sets, the 3 is just that stylized looking, dumb looking 3. But that one is your Dale Sr. 3. Looks really cool. On the very far right, we've got the Oreo car out of that lunchbox that I showed you at the very top of the case, 2001. And over here to the very far left, we've got the Oreo 1/64 of Dale Earnhardt Jr. that ran in 2002. And here we're going to get into my 88 shelf. This is a cool shelf. This is just some of my favorite Dale Jr. paint schemes that I have down here because, in my opinion, the 88 paint schemes that he had special editioned were way better than the 8 paint schemes that he had back in the day that were special editioned off-brand of the Budweiser number 8. Probably an unpopular opinion, but I don't care. It's just really cool. To top the shelf off, we have the 2014 Daytona 500 winning car. I love this car. That's probably my favorite race that I've ever watched live, mainly because he had not won in a while. A lot of people know Dale Jr. had some streaks in his career where he just had not won, and this was one of those streaks that came to an end. He had won previously with the car just below that. I'll get to that in a minute. Then finally gets a win in the 2014 Daytona 500 just to kind of silence the haters. And then this car wins that race. Junior goes on to win 3 more races that season and has a heck of a year for us Junior fans. And 2014, just a very, very good year for him. Directly below the 500 car, this car is special to me for a couple of reasons. Number one, I'm a big Batman fan. And I remember the day before this race, I saw a meme that somebody had posted. It was Dale Jr. in the bat signal, and it said, "Junior will win." And I shared it to my Facebook page, and I got a lot of crap for it because Junior hadn't won in a very, very long time. This is the car that snapped that winless streak for him. The Dark Knight on the hood of this car, and of course you see Batman on the side. Also very special, this was ran on Father's Day, and I went to go watch the race at my dad's house, and we got to see Junior win. And it wasn't the first time we watched Junior win together, but it was the last time we watched Junior win together. And it was an emotional day. We had a lot of fun watching it that day. And now on this pit stop style display here that I have, this is another Dale Jr. Michigan win car. This is the 2008 Michigan win car for Hendrick Motorsports Jr.'s first win for Hendrick. And I got this actually in color chrome. So this is just a cool looking car to have here on this display. I just rearranged a lot of this stuff, and I decided I'm going to put this car out in front because I wanted my favorite win of Junior's, my second favorite win of Junior's, and my third favorite win of Junior's to be very visible on this shelf. This car back here is actually just an elite National Guard car to kind of fill out the bottom of the case. But yeah, this 2008 win right here, another one, watching it with my grandmother, cheered my head off. We both had a good day that day, just enjoying watching Dale Jr. win a race. The left side here, we have a Dale Jr. 1/64 scale of the 500 winner, just like that one right there. And of course, one of the coolest throwbacks he ever did, the Mountain Dew car. Below it, another really cool car that he ran for 3 doors down. Over here, we've got Dale Earnhardt Jr. Paint the 88. This is the last of the 88s that I have bought recently. I've got more 88s that I want to get, but this was the last one that I bought here not too long ago. This is what kicked off my 88 collection back here. Is a 2015 Dale Earnhardt Jr. Elite car. Shout out real quick to Lionel too, because those hood pins right there, they pop out pretty easy. And I popped one of those out while I was cleaning this car after I had bought it. And for about a year or so, it sat here with just 3 hood pins in it. It drove me nuts. I'm such a stickler for details. It drove me nuts that this thing didn't have a hood pin. And here in the last month or so, I emailed Lionel. They said, hey, we have 1 hood pin left. They sent it to me, and that's the hardest thing I think I've ever glued in my life. Trying to get that correct and looking good and to where I don't have any residue on the hood of any glue. Just really cool to have that car 100% back in my collection. Down here on the bottom, we've got just your standard Elite 88 amp car. Next to it, this is not the race version of this car, but this car is very famous. This is Dale Jr.'s last win at Daytona, Amelia. Really cool patriotic number 88. Over here, we have a Exalta number 88 car. But my crown jewel in my 88 collection is this, and that is a signed Dale Earnhardt Jr. National Guard 2008 car. It's got the sticker on the window. It's authentic, has the certificate of authenticity. I need to get more Junior signed cars to add to my collection, and I need to actually get to an autograph session just to have him sign a few of these cars. But yeah, this is my 88 shelf, and I am very proud of it. Oh, by the way, almost forgot, over here, 88 car, Dale Jr. last ride car in 1/64. So this shelf is a lot of random cars and Brad Keselowski cars. This car is in my collection because when I was a very, very small kid, my mom told a story about how we were at my uncle's wedding, and I went up to my dad, and all I could talk about was Ricky Rudd. And I guess that was one of the first words that I'd ever said to my dad at that point. I'm not really sure. My mom tells the story way better than I remember it. But yeah, this is the one and only Ricky Rudd car that I have in the collection, outside of a couple that I had when I was a kid and used to race around the carpets. Directly behind it, I actually bought this Greg Biffle car from NASCAR Ryan on Whatnot. And this was a month before we lost Greg. It had Greg's autograph on it. I had been getting into the Cletus McFarland YouTube channel quite a bit. I knew they had a really good friendship, and I was like, I'm going to add this car to the collection. And I bought this car, and little did I know, just like a month later, we'd lose Greg in that horrible accident that took his entire family. Back here, we've got the 1981 Daytona 500 winning Richard Petty car with just a couple of John Andretti cars in front that I've had since I was a kid. Back there is the 164 scale 200th win for Richard Petty. I would like to get the 124 scale eventually, but I thought that was a really cool one to just stick on the back of this 81 500 car. Here is a car that has a very interesting story. This is a Ryan Vargas number 6 nationwide car, and I'm going to tell the story of why I have this car. So for those that don't know, Ryan Vargas now drives for Monster Jam. He is going to be one part of the Power Rush team for next year in Monster Jam. I was actually the tech official the entire summer last year at Monster Jam University, where Ryan was trained. And I couldn't be more proud to have this car in the collection because number one, it's a friend of mine's car. And number two, it's already signed. I didn't have to go up to him and say, hey, Vargas, can you sign this for me? No, I bought this car signed literally, I think maybe the second week of training that he had last year. I saw this on eBay and I picked it up. It was not very expensive at all, and I love to add it to my collection. And the fact that it's signed is really cool. So really cool to have a NASCAR in here that actually is a friend of mine. This Dale Sr. car here is the 1988 Unveil car. I actually pre-ordered this from Lionel. Really cool car to add to the collection because this is where the number 3, the black GM Goodwrench car, was essentially made. This is one of the most iconic paint schemes in NASCAR, and it's cool to have the very first version of it in the collection. Sitting back here is the 1993 Coca-Cola 600 car. That's the 30th anniversary edition 164 scale that I picked up not too long ago from a seller on Whatnot. Down here, we've got Joey Logano, and Joey Logano is not one of people's favorite drivers, and people always look at me weird when I have this car and when they show him this car in the collection. Main reason this car is here is because this is the 2022 NASCAR Gateway St. Louis win for Joey Logano, and that was actually the first Cup race that I ever attended. I was not fortunate enough to go to Cup races when I was a kid. We did not have them very close to around me at all. Indianapolis was the closest thing, and I just never got to it. This event right here, I actually was gifted a free ticket from my buddy John Arnold. We went and watched this race, and for years after that, I searched for just something to have, some kind of memorabilia from that event, and I found this, and it was a 2022 autographed version of the car, and it sits in the display case, and you can see there's all sorts of little details all over the hood on this car from that race. There's actually one flat tire on this car from his burnout. I'm not going to pull the car out and show it because there's a lot of cars next to it that might fall. But yeah, just a really cool piece to the collection, mainly because that was my first experience at a NASCAR race. Right here is a car that kicked off my diecast collecting obsession again. And this was a Terry Labonte car. I actually found this in a hobby shop. I was going in, ironically, looking for servos to get for my RC trucks. And I saw this car in there. He only wanted 20 bucks for it, and I thought, I've always liked Texas Terry Labonte. Outside of Dale Earnhardt, probably one of my favorite drivers from back in the day. So I thought, yeah, I want this. So I picked this car up, had no box, just brought it straight home the way it looks and the way it sits. And the Kellogg's Corn Flakes car is either sat on top of my computer or sat on the previous case that I had here ever since I've bought it. So yeah, just a cool car to add to the collection. On top of it, I've got some cool 164s that I bought over the years for Texas Terry Labonte. Just some of his different paint schemes that he had for Kellogg's. This car right in front, honestly, not one of my favorite paint schemes, but I have it because my aunt is a giant Elvis Presley fan, and I thought, this one kind of reminds me of my aunt, so I picked it up. This is Dale Jr.'s Elvis car that he had, and sitting on top of it is just a random 1/64 scale Winner's Circle Dale Jr. car. The 6 cars that I have in the very background, ironically, are 4 of them are number 6s and 2 of them are number 2s, but they are all Brad Keselowski related. Brad was a protege of Dale Jr. that I followed and still follow to this day. Very, very happy to have him added to my collection. This car I found on Whatnot. It's just a regular RFK racing car, and I thought, what better way to display my one and only Mark Martin car that I have than to put it on top of the RFK racing car, because it's essentially a Roush tribute car if you look at it that way. So, well, I'll put my old Mark Martin number 6 on top of it. Just below it, we have makerswanted.org Brad Keselowski car. It took me a minute to remember what was even on this car. It's not one of my favorite paint schemes, but I got it really cheap, and I needed one more 6 car to really make this display that I had in mind down here, so I picked this car up. My favorite paint scheme that Brad has ran is this right here, as far as being an elite number 6 car. Love the look of Castrol edge on this thing. Like, the light doesn't even do this justice. This is the elite version of this Castrol edge car. Very happy to have it in the collection. Got it last year for Christmas from my dad. Just below it is a car I picked up from Highline Diecast Collectibles, I believe. That is, actually no, that was a Wyatt Best car I picked up. That's a New Hampshire win, race win version. And then over here are 2 autographed Brad Keselowski cars. The one on top is the green Castrol car that I picked up from Wyatt and got signed in St. Louis last year on the window by Brad. And then just below it is a car I did pick up from Highline Diecast Collectibles. It's a signed Brad Keselowski number 2 Miller Lite car. It's just your standard car. Both of those are just standards, but really cool to have a signature of one of my favorite drivers sitting in this shelf just below my favorite signature that I have in my collection, which is this Dale Jr. car right here. I know a lot of people aren't Austin Dillon fans of the fact that he has taken over the number 3 car for Retro Childress Racing. However, I am an Austin Dillon fan. I do love Austin Dillon. He has been very, very nice every single time that I have met him, and I had to immortalize a memory with this car. As you can see, I've got the 8x10 in the background. We were at this race, me and my dad. It's the first and so far only Cup race we've ever been to together, and we got to see this car. This is the Austin Dillon Dayglow car from last year in St. Louis. Very, very pretty car. I'm glad that we actually got to see that car in person, because it's really cool to have in a 124 scale. I was supposed to get this in Elite, but they ended up not producing the Elite, and I'm still upset about that to this day. So this is just an ARC, but it's still something cool to have in my collection to remind me of that very special day I got to go to a Cup race with my dad. 2 days in a row, we had a lot of fun out there. Austin Dillon was one of the highlights of that, and one of the reasons that I'm saying why he was such a highlight is the car below it I actually brought to the race to get signed by Austin, which he did sign on the window. You can see his signature there. It's just a 2020 Austin Dillon car that I'd had, and on the back window you can see some more signatures. And that signature back there is actually Richard Childress. And I'll never forget, I was trying to pull this car out because Austin was supposedly on his way out to the track to go practice. And I was waiting for him, and as I was trying to pull that car out, Richard Childress popped out, and I just heard my dad say, "Oh my God, Josh," because my dad has never been up close to these people before. Well, I'll put it this way, he's been to Michigan, he's been to a few Cup races in Michigan, but he never got to meet Richard Childress, never got to meet Dale Earnhardt, but he was within utter feet of them. So for me to get an autograph on this car with Dad standing there from Richard Childress, and then a little bit later Austin Dillon, those 2 cars are pretty special to me. This one down here is just an Austin Dillon Busch Series car that I had it laying around, and I thought, well, if I'm going to put 3 Austin Dillon cars in a row down here on this bottom shelf. Surrounding it is just some random stuff. My buddy Cheech likes to get me track cars. So down there is a Vegas car, 1/64 scale. I bought the Truex car not too long ago. Then those 2 cars I've had since I was a kid. Obviously the 88 and the 17 People love the truck. Race the truck, Dale. Dale Jarrett car. Then as we scroll back over here, we're going to go to probably one of my current favorite drivers, Connor Zilisch. And that car up top is the most recent car that I have gotten. It is Connor's Pocono win from last year, which would be his third win for Junior Motorsports. As you can see on the window right there, there are 2 checkered flags. This would be his third win that year. And this one's cool because Dale Jr. actually was his crew chief. That's why I have this car. I didn't care about getting any of his other 10 wins. I just wanted that car because Dale Jr. was his crew chief. I thought I ordered the one that had Connor's signature up front and Dale Jr.'s in the rear. Apparently I did not. And I'm going to have to get that signed by Junior one day just to complete the collection, I guess. And down here below it, I love Blues Hog seasoning. I enjoy it. I enjoy that stuff on everything that on every piece of pork that I make. Blues Hog is really, really good. And I decided I was going to get the Blues Hogs car. So I got that one as well. It's also signed by Connor. This is Connor's first win right here. And I bought that at the racetrack on Friday before the Cup race last year in St. Louis. And just a little bit later, opened it up, got it signed by Connor himself. I had backstage pit passes. Really, really cool to have done that. Got one signature before I even come back the next day with my dad. And yeah, that's really cool. Just the Connor Zilisch portion of the shelf. The 3 cars in front of the display right here, 8, a 15, and a 1, are all to represent Dale Earnhardt Incorporated. And special thanks to my buddy Cheech, by the way, for getting this car right here. This is a Steve Park car that he got for me, and it's actually Looney Tunes. So it's a different Steve Park car than what I wanted, but I really like the way it fills out the collection because it just distinguishes it even more from the 2 plain Jane cars that it's sitting behind. Of just the regular 8, the regular 15, and then, hey, here we go. We've got Sylvester and Tweety on the hood. Back behind them, we've got Dale's Last Ride hauler with all the signatures on it. It's the 1/64 scale hauler. I know it's kind of hard to see the signatures in this light, but it's best I can do right now. And then behind it, I've got a 2000 Winner's Circle Dale car, just getting ready to be loaded in. And then right in front of it, we've got a Revell 1/24 scale Dale Sr. car. That is Dale Earnhardt's Last Ride. And then on the tailgate of it is the 2001 Last Ride car that came in that bin, the lunchbox that had the Oreo car in it. So both of that's an action car, and the Oreo car is an action car that's up just a little farther. Both of those came in that bin, and I couldn't think of a better place to put that than on Dale Sr.'s Last Ride. Some more random 1/64 scales as well. We've got a Kenny Irwin Jr. 28 car, an old Bobby Labonte car. I actually played with that car so much, it's faded. You wouldn't believe how much is all over it. It is beat to crap from being a kid. Back here, we've got Kerry Earnhardt number 33. 31 is actually Mike Skinner in the very back, and then Mike Skinner again with the Team Realtree car, or the white car, in front here. And then over here is 3 random Kevin Harvick 124s that I have from the 2001 season with the white car, obviously the cool GM Goodwrench black car, and then that's the ET car with the blue around the 29. The very back wall here, you can see Squirrel McNutt Heatwave Visual number 0 ARCA car, actually signed by George, and you can see his picture back there. It's kind of hiding behind Connor Zilich's car, but yeah, my buddy Cheech got that for me because he knows how much I like watching the Cletus channel, and yeah, that's just a really cool addition to the collection as well. Really happy to have that. Hopefully one of these days they release that car as a diecast because it is cool, and I would add it to the collection. I have Cletus's number 33 Xfinity car coming soon. It's pre-ordered from Lionel. I'm just waiting on that thing to be shipped to me. But yeah, that's a really cool 8x10 to add to the collection there, signed by LS George. So down on the very bottom of this 3-tier stack, you can see a 2001 Kevin Harvick car because it's white. It's the Oreo on the hood there. And then just above it is a 2004 Harvick car. Looks really cool. That is an elite version of that car. That's just a cool car in general. Then right above it, probably my favorite car in the collection. First car I ever pre-ordered from Lionel, and I'd honestly forgot that I had pre-ordered this thing until just right now. Bought this straight from Lionel, shipped to me about a year after the race that happened. This was Harvick's Gravedigger car. I work for Monster Jam, so this car is pretty special to me. Mirrors two worlds together, in my opinion. Monster trucks and NASCAR are a big part of my childhood, so just to have this car, it represents something very, very cool and very, very personal to have that car right there. As I work and see Gravedigger almost every week, and now here I have an immortalized NASCAR with that paint scheme on it. The number 4, Kevin Harvick. Do I wish it was a number 3? Yeah, you damn right I do. But to have the guy that successfully took over this car, jumping in and being the guy that runs the Gravedigger car, doesn't bother me a bit. Really cool to have Kevin Harvick on this, former champion. And like I said, this car was ran at Nashville. He got a top 5 in it. On a year that he was having a really bad year, he still got a top 5 with that car. And it meant the world to me to see. If he would have won with that car, I can't imagine how many more pre-orders Lionel would have had to have put up. But yeah, the Gravedigger car, probably my favorite in my collection. Hope y'all really enjoyed that glimpse into my display case back here. A lot of cars that I have a lot of special connection with, and I love showing them off. So I hope y'all really enjoyed the video and you got to watch and see and hear some of the stories behind these cars that I have. I got more coming, so eventually, maybe if this video does good, I'll do another video when I get some more cars. Hope y'all enjoyed. Catch you on the next one. Please like and subscribe.